I hooked up with a stranger in a hotel bathroom, and 12 hours later, I shook his husband's hand across a brunch table, while my sister introduced us as her new neighbors. Before I tell you everything that happened, make sure you subscribe, because this story will make you question every decision you've ever made in a moment of weakness. And you'll want to know if guilt can coexist with desire. My name is Jude Holloway, and I don't do one-night stands. I'm a high school English teacher, the responsible one, the guy who goes to bed at 10 and meal preps on Sundays. But my sister's bachelorette party in Miami broke something loose in me. Too much tequila, too much bass thumping through my chest, too much loneliness I'd been pretending didn't exist. He found me in the bathroom of some club whose name I never learned. I was washing my hands, trying to sober up, when he walked in and locked the door behind him. "Occupied," I said. "I know." His voice was smoke and whiskey. He was tall, dark-haired, with eyes like a storm rolling in. "I followed you." "That's not creepy at all." He smiled, and it was devastating. "You've been watching me all night. Don't pretend you haven't." He was right. I had been. Watching the way he moved on the dance floor, the way his shirt clung to his shoulders, the way he laughed with his friends like he didn't have a care in the world. "So," I challenged, even though my heart was hammering. "So I'm Ellis, and I think we should stop pretending we're not both here for the same reason." He kissed me before I could respond, pressing me against the sink, and I tasted mint and rum and bad decisions. His hands were everywhere, and mine weren't far behind, and what happened next was frantic and breathless and over too fast. Afterward, while we caught our breath, he said, "I needed that." "Me too. I'm in town for a wedding. Leaving tomorrow." "Good," I said, even though something in my chest twisted. This was just this. He kissed me once more, gentle this time. "Thank you, Jude." "How do you know my name?" "You told me. On the dance floor. You were tipsy and rambling about Dickens." I laughed despite myself. Jesus. It was charming. He fixed his shirt, unlocked the door. "Have a good life, English teacher." He disappeared into the crowd, and I flew home the next morning, convincing myself it was just a moment. A blip. Something I'd laugh about someday. Then came Sunday brunch. My sister Margot had been begging me to meet her new neighbors, a couple who just moved into the brownstone next to hers in Brooklyn. "They're so lovely, Jude. I think you'll really like them." I almost canceled. Hangovers and small talk aren't a great combination. But Margot had been there for me through my messy breakup last year. So I showed up at the cafe in Park Slope, ready to be polite and leave early. Ellis was sitting at the table with his arm around another man. Our eyes met across the patio, and I watched the color drain from his face. "Jude." Margot waved me over. "This is Ellis Novak and his husband, Calder. They just moved from Boston. Ellis is a photographer and Calder's a surgeon. Isn't that amazing?" Husband. The word crashed through me like breaking glass. "Nice to meet you," I managed, shaking Calder's hand. He was handsome, polished, with silver threading through his dark hair. He smiled warmly, and I wanted to die. "Likewise," Calder said. "Margot's told us so much about you. High school English, right? That must be rewarding." "It is." I sat down, not looking at Ellis. Couldn't look at him. "How are you finding Brooklyn?" "We love it," Calder said, squeezing Ellis's shoulder. "It's been an adjustment, but we're excited for this new chapter." Ellis said nothing, just stared at his coffee like it held answers. Brunch was torture. Margot and Calder talked about neighborhood restaurants, while I pushed eggs around my plate and felt Ellis's silence like a weight. Every time our eyes accidentally met, I saw the same panic I felt. "Ellis has been quiet," Margot observed. "You okay, hon?" "Just tired," Ellis said. "Late night." "We were at a gallery opening," Calder explained. "Ellis's work is being featured. You should come to the show, Jude. Friday night." "I'll try," I lied. After brunch, Margot pulled me aside while Calder went to get their car. "What did you think? Aren't they wonderful?" "They seem great." Ellis is a little reserved, but once he opens up, he's brilliant. And Calder is just, she sighed happily. Their relationship goals, honestly. Together for 12 years. Still completely in love. I felt sick. Ellis appeared at my shoulder, and Margot excused herself to take a call. We stood there, 2 feet apart, not speaking. We need to talk, he said quietly. There's nothing to talk about. Jude, you're married. You have a husband. A husband you conveniently forgot to mention. I didn't forget. His jaw clenched. I chose not to tell you. Why? Because I needed one night where I wasn't someone's husband. Where I was just, he stopped, swallowed hard. Where I was just me. That's not an excuse. I know. He looked at me, and his eyes were desperate. I know, and I'm sorry. If I could take it back. But you can't. So now we're here. Neighbors, apparently. How's that going to work? It doesn't have to be weird. We'll avoid each other. Pretend it never happened. Easy for you to say. You think this is easy? His voice dropped. You think I'm not replaying last night? Thinking about. He stopped, glanced at Margot, still on her phone. We made a mistake. Let's just leave it at that. Calder pulled up in their car, and Ellis walked away without another word. I should have left it alone. Should have avoided them. Declined invitations. Let the memory fade. But Margot kept pushing. Dinner parties, game nights, Sunday brunches. And every time I'd watch Ellis and Calder together, the casual touches, the inside jokes, the easy intimacy of 12 years, and feel like an intruder. But I also saw the cracks. The way Ellis would go quiet mid-conversation. The way Calder's smiles never quite reached his eyes. The way they functioned more like roommates than lovers. 2 months in, Ellis showed up at my apartment at midnight. I can't stop thinking about you, he said, and he looked wrecked. I've tried. God, I've tried. But I can't. Go home, Ellis. He doesn't love me anymore. Calder. We're just going through the motions. Have been for years. That doesn't make this okay. I know. He stepped closer. But I haven't felt alive in so long, Jude. And then I met you. And for one night, I remembered what it felt like to want something. To be wanted. You're married. I'm leaving him. I've already talked to a lawyer. Don't do that because of me. I'm doing it because of me. Because I can't live like this anymore. Pretending I'm happy when I'm dying inside. He kissed me, and I should have pushed him away. Should have been stronger. But I wasn't. I let him in, let him stay, let myself believe that maybe this could work. We were careful. Secret meetings when Calder was at the hospital. Texts deleted immediately. A whole relationship built in shadows. Until Margot saw us. She'd come by my apartment unannounced. Still had the spare key I'd never asked for back. Walked in to find Ellis on my couch, my shirt on his floor. The look on her face broke me. How could you, she asked, and her voice was so small. Calder is my friend. They're my friends. Margot. He's married, Jude. Married. And she shook her head. I don't even know who you are right now. Ellis left without a word. Margot followed. I sat in my apartment and understood exactly what I'd become. The other man. The homewrecker. The villain in someone else's story. Ellis filed for divorce the next week. Calder called me, voice cold with rage. I hope it was worth it. Destroying 12 years for a few weeks of excitement. I'm sorry. You're not. If you were sorry, you would have walked away. You would have been a decent person. But you weren't. You chose this. He was right. Ellis moved out of the brownstone. Into my apartment. Because where else would he go? And for 3 weeks, we played house. Cooked dinner together. Fell asleep tangled up. Pretended this was what we'd wanted all along. Then one morning I woke up and he was gone. No note. No explanation. Just his key on the counter and his absence in every room. I called. He didn't answer. I texted. Nothing. I went to Margot, hoping she'd know something. But she wouldn't even look at me. He left, she said finally. Went back to Boston. Back to Calder. What? They're trying to work it out. Couples therapy. Calder called me yesterday. Said Ellis realized he'd made a mistake. That what you two had wasn't real. Just a crisis. A moment of weakness. I stood there, trying to process. He went back. Yes. And Jude. Margot finally met my eyes. Don't contact him. Don't contact either of them. You've done enough damage. That was 6 months ago. I haven't heard from Ellis since. Don't know if he and Calder made it work, if they're happy, if he ever thinks about me. But sometimes, late at night, I remember that moment in the club bathroom. The way he'd looked at me like I was salvation. The way he'd whispered my name like a prayer. And I wonder if any of it was real. Or if I was just a beautiful mistake he made when he forgot to be careful. Either way, I'm the one left carrying it. The guilt. The longing. The knowledge that I helped destroy something, even if that something was already broken. I hooked up with a stranger and met his husband the next day. And I've been paying for it ever since.